Welcome back to 504 Road Trips. Today we're going to cover two more streets on the east bank of Jefferson Parish. We begin as we turn off of River Road onto Central Avenue in the unincorporated community of Jefferson. On the left we see the historic Whitehall Plantation House. Built in 1857, Whitehall Plantation was originally built for Francois de la Barre and his family and operated as a sugar plantation until 1891. At that time, the plantation covered 8,000 acres extending from the Mississippi River to Lake Pontchartrain. During the Civil War, the plantation served as headquarters to Union General Morgan, chosen because of its close proximity to New Orleans and its connection to a dirt road commonly known as LeBar Road. In 1919, the grounds were converted to a gambling casino and featured dancing to the music of well-known orchestras. Today, Whitehall Plantation shares its beautiful landscape with Magnolia Community Services. Here, the tree-lined Central Avenue is a mix of single and multi-family residential housing units. As we approach South Drive, a sign indicates Jefferson Playground, home of the Mustangs, 2 blocks to the right. The playground features a football field, 3 baseball diamonds, a batting cage, a traditional children's playground, 4 tennis courts, an indoor gymnasium, as well as the Jefferson Golden Age Center. At Jefferson Highway, which also carries US Highway 90 as well as Louisiana Highway 48, we see some commercial development, including a palm reader on the right, and across the street is a Walgreens that has popped up in the last decade, replacing an old time-saver convenience store and Texaco station. As we continue, we still see the single and multifamily housing, as well as some businesses scattered throughout the next few blocks. Just a reminder, if you haven't already, please hit that subscribe button and the bell beside it to be notified of when our new videos come out. And give us a thumbs up or hit the applause button if you enjoy our videos. Here we cross multiple railroad tracks at East Bridge Junction, used by the New Orleans Public Belt Railroad, Illinois Central, Canadian National, and Amtrak. In the middle of all of the tracks is the elevated Earhart Expressway. From the railroad tracks to Airline Highway, we'll be driving through a commercial and industrial area. At US Highway 61, Central Avenue becomes Houma Boulevard. We turn right here and we'll skip ahead just down Airline Highway to Shrewsbury Road, where we'll drive back into the L&A Road Industrial Park. This complex lies between Airline Highway and the Earhart Expressway with a large rail yard right in the middle. Shrewsbury Road takes us back towards the expressway along an ambiguously zoned area with a ready-mix cement plant, automotive repair shops, a junkyard, and clusters of residential homes. We cross 3 railroad tracks, and then Shrewsbury Road is interrupted by the Earhart Expressway, as well as additional railroad tracks that are out of sight. We turn left onto Lausat Street in what is known in the railroad world as Shrewsbury Junction. After a mostly empty stretch of roadway, we start to see large commercial and industrial buildings on the right, and more residential homes on the left. This little neighborhood is nestled between Airline Highway and the Earhart Expressway, with railroad tracks on one side and dense industry on the other. A completely disconnected portion of Causeway Boulevard crosses Lausat Street, but the Causeway Boulevard main line runs overhead. Even before construction of the Earhart Expressway began in the 1970s, this little neighborhood was completely isolated and disconnected from everything else around it. At LeBar Road, the street name changes to L&A Road, named for the Louisiana and Arkansas Railyard that resides within this area. The L&A Railway began operations in 1898 and began a very slow merger with Kansas City Southern in the 1930s. The identity of the Louisiana and Arkansas gradually disappeared in the 1950s and 1960s as the Kansas City Southern name was adopted for all properties. By 1966, all reference to the Louisiana and Arkansas had disappeared from the annual stockholder reports of Kansas City Southern. In 1992, Kansas City Southern dissolved the subsidiary Louisiana and Arkansas Railway, although the former L&A route continues to be a major component of the Kansas City Southern. On the left, we begin to see the rail yard, which will extend for the rest of the length of L&A Road. the right is an on-ramp to access the Earhart Expressway westbound. This is a so-called secret on-ramp that many people don't know about, probably because the Railroad and Industrial Park don't want a lot of through traffic cutting through to take a shortcut to the expressway, bypassing a slow trip along Earhart Boulevard through the Holly Grove neighborhood. From here on, L&A Road used to be known as Cold Storage Road, named for New Orleans Cold Storage and Warehouse Company, the oldest cold storage company in North America. The cold storage facility was formerly located on the left-hand side of the road, but was removed in recent years, with locations remaining in uptown New Orleans and New Orleans East. On the right is Blue Jay Way, which leads to John Ryan Stadium, opened in 2012 and home to Jesuit High School's Blue Jays baseball team. Ahead, we'll pass under the railroad tracks to connect back with Airline Highway. The railroad underpass was reconstructed in the mid-2000s to provide improved drainage, as the underpass was well known to fill up with up to 10 feet of water during heavy rains. Flashing lights and a large ruler showing the depth of the water were displayed on the approach from Airline Highway to prevent people from unknowingly driving into the deep water. This is where we conclude our video. Thanks for watching. If you'd like to help support our channel, please check out our merchandise at 504roadtrips.spreadshirt.com. If you like this video, please give us a thumbs up, post a comment, subscribe, share and follow us on social media, and join us for our next 504 road trip.